We've now arrived at version 2.84 of the FeedbackFruits toolsuite, bringing in some big changes. Some of them so big that they'll be getting their own dedicated video treatment shortly. But for now, we'll give you a quick overview of what's new in this version, so let's jump in. First up, Settings version 2 is now released in all tools. When editing an activity or creating a new one, you'll see this onboarding dialog and animation summarizing the update. The reason for this change is that many new configurations have been added into the tools to support the many different use cases teachers have needed. However, every course design has different needs, and being able to overview the necessary configurations at a glance makes the activity setup more intuitive. Setting groupings are now consistent across all tools, which should also help to flatten the learning curve. Do note that this update will not affect how students view or complete activities. And once again, we'll go into the specifics of Settings version 2 in an upcoming video, so stay tuned. Next up, Student Autonomy in Automated Feedback. This one does affect students, and enabling the setting in the activity setup will give free choice to students as to which criteria they want the AI to check in their work. Note that this is still feature flagged, meaning we have to enable it for your institution manually upon request. But for those early testers, a variety of features have already been iterated upon, including the ability to add and delete filters as a student. This significant update will also be explained further in an upcoming video, where we'll get into all of the details. But for now, do reach out if you're interested in trying this with your students. And last but not least, improved accessibility features have arrived in various areas. To begin with, in peer review, from the accessibility menu, students can now request an accessible alternative, where documents may not be accessible enough for review among students. To preserve anonymity, this request will alert the teacher, who can manage the request. The student receiving the request will also receive instructions telling them what needs to happen. And to reduce the workload for the teacher, we provide an example email template as well as linking a Help Center article on how to proceed. As usual, a number of smaller bug fixes and improvements have also found their way into December's update, including actionable error messages and debugged process calculations. But for now, that wraps up the version 2.84 product release. If you've still got questions, suggestions, or comments, do of course get in touch and see the fruits of your feedback.